Hey, Matt here for another 200 Zoom Play and Explain. I was thinking about doing something different, or I should say doing something similar to my Twitch streams, where I have a goal for the stream, having a goal for the Play and Explain. I think it works better though for the Twitch streams because I'll stream for an hour or two and I'm more likely to see that spot come up. For example, I'll have don't miss a delay c-bet. I'll focus on that spot during the stream and the audience can interact as well. If they think that I missed one, they could let me know. I think it works better for the Twitch stream. I don't know if it would work well for this Play and Explain, but if that's something you want to see, let me know in the comments below. But let's get started. 4 tables. I know some people prefer 2. But I like 4 because it's what I normally play. So if you spot things like maybe I'm missing some spots because I'm playing so many tables, it's more realistic, I guess. First decision here. Ace high, blind v blind is pretty good hand, but let's play a bet half pot. We don't have a heart. I'm going to fold. Mark that one for later. Feel like it could be a call. Ace high is a good hand, blind v blind. I don't think we have a value bet here, top right. I think that 9-8 hand is a little bit interesting because my gut tells me that on the flop he should use a bigger size. The mix 3-bet call. That's something I always wonder about. If I know that villain is supposed to do something in theory, but they don't do that in practice. Can I take advantage of that? Or how do I even take advantage of that in that situation? I just had to check on this board because I don't feel like we have to bet everything. The bet range here. This is we have to call. Just wondering if we have to call. Thinking sometimes on the 36, I think I'll fold. I'm just thinking how many other hands we have. And here. I'll fold on the low roll. And here I'm thinking as well. Did roll low. Just wondering if this is a better hand to call. Like, would you rather call this or like queens with a club or club or something? On the low roll, I'll fold. I'm guessing queens with the club would be better to call, like jacks with the club, than this ace king. But the question is, do we just have to defend some king X without, like, we just don't have enough one club hands to always fold that. Or maybe we have to call sometimes, but not always. And I mean, we still have like king queen club with ace king with the club. I think we'll still have some others. I don't know. It's tough to say. Bet range here. I find those spots hard because it's tight ranges. So in order to meet, I know you don't necessarily, MDF not really a thing, but the number's pretty close. To vent properly, it's hard for me to kind of gauge, because when there's so few combos, if you're calling like queens with the club, ace king with the club, how much percent of my range is that? I'm definitely going to review that one. I'm going to review the 8s as well. Just going to find it. For those of you who watch my streams, you know Moogly is my biggest nemesis. He seems to have my number. Would have liked a little bit better of a flop than that. You can bet a lot here. $3x. What do we do with 5-2? I'll call. Is 3x a little scary though? Have to call there. Won't bet this hand this time. Uh, 59's close. On a reasonable roll, I'll get these in here. King high, blind be blind. We lose to a better king high. That's unfortunate. Rolled high. Rolled high. This is a mixed fold. That's a pretty good flop, isn't it? What do I do on a flop like this is the question. 3s and 4s shouldn't open always, just 5s. Same with 6, 7. We bet those sometimes at ace deuce. $24, I'll check, I guess. I think we still check. Nice. And now we have to bet. Check range up here, top right. Mix some of these offsuit connectors, blind be blind. I think 9/8's the pure one, or close to it, and these ones I kind of mix. I don't think we want to raise much on this board. It's interesting because this player's 43, so definitely recreational. It's a pretty good turn. Is it higher EV to check or bet ourselves is the question. Recreationals, they usually bet a lot when you check to them. However, I don't know how true that is. Once they check a previous street, are they going to reopen? They usually stab once for sure, but the question is more. Well, I'll just do this. I was thinking overbet, but like there's flush still possible. I don't know. What do you think about that hand there? Versus a recreational, honestly, I could just go bet. It might be higher EV than trying to check. Now we have a straight. Yeah, size our hand, I guess. I think even the flush getting there, we still can go 2 straights with this hand. That's not the best river. Maybe we check. I don't know if we block. Can block still. Blind be blind's tough. 6s. This folded. Multi-way, you should pretty tight with c-betting. I know people say like if you're in the middle one, you never bet, but I feel like this board's just so good. We can. Clean toilet. Lives up to his name. Loves the cold calls. I think it's this one. Look at the cold calls here. Hilarious. And he always stabs one time, every time. He stabs twice this time, okay. Must be the nuts. Just drilling this spot today, actually, where I check call small flop, it goes check, check, turn, and then I'm on the river. I feel like I make a lot of mistakes in this node. I think it's strong enough to bet, though. This player's I have marked as a special player for some reason. So I guess calling wouldn't be terrible, because I'll probably just call, and going multi-way with maybe this can't be terrible. Oh, wow. It's a little back raise there. I'm going to go for the check raise here on table 4. I hope this player goes all in just so we can kind of see. Yeah, okay, cool. 6s. Well, I guess we weren't winning anyways. 6s. Wow. Disconnected enough, can just bet. Recreational. I don't mind just going bet versus recreational. Oh, okay. Saved us money, saved us money. Won't bet everything on this board. I'll go bet now. Just wonder if over bets. Maybe. Sometimes when there's overcard turns you can use it, but I just don't really know when. I'm experimenting. It was a note that I was working a lot on last month. My delay save out was just way too low. Real low, just call. Ten could use some. This is close. I don't hate stabbing though. Good benefit from some protection. The raise, I guess, versus the size raise, we just have to call. Hope we hit an 8 would be nice. The fuck are these sizes here, Mowgli? Okay. I don't know how much raising in position there ever is there, but sure. I feel like some people raise in position when it's just never a thing, and it tilts me. So if you guys want to make me a little angry, raise me in position. 3-bet this, so in 77. Can't fold the pair to raise. Just wondering if we want to turn this hand into a bluff. I guess I'll have 7 still. Nice. What do you think that this player raised me with? How do you not bluff that on the river is the question. Just get it in now. Could call it off with the draw, who knows. It's fine. King. Ah. I don't know if I want to do small or medium. Bet range. Good check, but these boards always confuse me versus MP because they look like a board that you may want to bet polar, but when you c-bet, you get so many folds. So I think that's why it actually prefers small size at a higher frequency. So I wouldn't be surprised if like I'm playing this spot wrong and I could just c-bet small. That's the tough part, right? When you try and play a more complex strategy versus just bet range, you could be missing out on some EV. And I don't hate it anyway, because even if we did just use 33 and not bet range, or we wanted to check some hands, I feel like this hand might be fine to just check because it doesn't get that many folds. And when we get called, we don't have that much equity. And how do you not bluff that again? Is that the same player that raised me with the 10-6? We might have to potentially relabel that player from a regular to a clown if he's missing some bluffs that I feel like should be bluffs. Like, I mean, what are you hoping for here, you know? Just because the ace comes on the river and is better for me doesn't mean you can never bluff. Some people think that, though. I feel like I want to do something with this hand, but I don't really know what I want to do. Let's just call. I don't know. I feel like that's terrible versus EP, but I just feel like I want to do something with this hand. It just coordinates well. Yeah. Oops. We got the fold. I didn't want to see it, I guess. I gotta look up that hand later. Let's get some action with kings, yeah? That's not the flop. It is rainbow, so these like rainbow ace-x boards, I actually still just bet range. But yeah. These rainbow two broadways, usually I could just bet a lot. To be fair, though, if there was a hand that I wanted to check, obviously kings would be the one. See, betting's tough. What can I say? This could be a cold four. I wonder if we could just bet twice. Recreational. Ooh. I guess we could size up. Probably would snap a lot of flush draws with a flop, right? So. I just think when it checks twice, good enough to bet. Just thinking about that Jack's hand still. I think maybe even c-bet flop. Where the hell did it go? Right there. Oh no, wrong one. I lost it. I think we're getting close to the half an hour, so maybe we'll give it a couple more minutes. My screen sharing program hides the minute sometimes on me, so I'm not really sure how long I've been recording for, but we'll do a couple more minutes and hopefully we'll be close. Overbet on the flush turn. I don't know if that's a thing. Rolled high. I was actually looking at pre-flop earlier today with a couple friends, and we were talking about how these types of hands, these suited connectors, actually 3-bet a lot less than you'd think. It's a tough spot. Some of the low roll I'll fold. This is a weird. Maybe I'll sit out and when I'll just think about that hand for a second. Yeah, we'll sit out, we'll close the tables, and we'll think about that hand. And I'll kind of explain my thought process there. Just gonna mark it over there in case the replayer closes. And here, I guess we'll bet. Could have bet flop too, I don't know why. I guess I was too busy thinking about that 8's hand. I was kind of unsure about my flop strategy. I'm like, okay, I could bet big. But then if I bet big, I feel like 8's wants to check. Okay, where's the replay there now that I have a couple hands closing? I was actually thinking if I bet big, then 8's probably wants to check. But then I was thinking, I'm like, it's probably hard to float 2 overs. So I'll bet small. And for what it's worth, I don't think that he should actually raise that much on this board. I feel like people over raise these like EP versus, or yeah, like these EP MP cutoff versus some sort of in position 3-bet. But yeah, and then when I get raised, maybe we just have to call because we have a pair. But I mean, that's a big raise. That's I don't even know what that is, but it's a big raise and we can't really improve, so I felt like just folding right away is fine. But yeah. Let's quickly take a look how we did this session. Red line, not the best. Winner and soft flop, pretty good. Fold versus river bets 100. That's going to do that to your red line. I mean, there was a couple ones where we bet folded. But yeah. So we're going to end on that. Definitely a few interesting spots today. As always, let me know if you have any questions or you think I did something wrong in the comments below. I look forward to reading that. And until next time, good luck at the tables.